Hello, this is Alex from the National Weather Service in Pocatello with your Thursday, January 24th edition of the Southeast Idaho Weather Hazard and Planning Briefing. Taking a look at your main impacts over the next few days. We're expecting and seeing some patchy fog across portions of the Arco Desert and Snake Plain. Some of the densest fog has been north of Idaho Falls along the I-15 and Highway 20 corridors, with some fog extending east rather towards Driggs. In terms of precipitation, we're expecting another system to work through from the northwest on Friday, and it looks very similar to Wednesday's system, with light snow showers mainly between the interstate corridor and the Wyoming border, so in that high terrain between the interstate and the Wyoming border. And then another system Sunday night into Monday, expected to bring another round of light snow for those same areas. Now, there are some indications that there could be some snow farther west towards the Central Mountains and even the interstate corridor for that last system. So confidence on the location is a little bit less at this time, but we'll work those details out over the coming days. Taking a look at your planning timeline and impact levels. Again, fog this morning in those areas I mentioned previously, and there is some fog extending west even towards portions of the Magic Valley as well. Friday, again, that light snow expected between the interstate corridor and the Wyoming border. And that should be tapering off by Saturday. And a dry Sunday is expected before that next round of snow works its way in Sunday night and into Monday. Taking a look at the satellite picture here, we can see here's the Pacific coast here. And as we look farther west, we'll focus on these whites and greens. Those indicate the higher moisture. And that area of moisture is expected to work its way around and over and come into Idaho with that next system here for Friday. Here's a look at the forecast snow for Friday. Again, mostly light amounts, mostly 1 to 3 inches. Probably see the most around Pine Creek Pass and Island Park with this system. And you can see how that tapers off as we get into Friday evening and Saturday morning. In terms of temperatures, today we are expecting temperatures to get above freezing for the eastern Magic Valley towards about Pocatello, but below freezing for other areas. And we are expecting similar temperatures through the weekend. So I will save you some time by just showing you today and tonight, because we're not expecting much change from what you see here all the way through the weekend. We are dealing with still some strong gusty winds, mostly along I-84 from Burley to Sweetser Summit, where we're seeing winds gust still to around 40 miles per hour. We're also seeing some gusty winds over some of our passes, say Willow Creek Summit, out towards the Arco Desert. And we expect very little change here in the winds through Friday, but then they should begin to come down somewhat. We are expecting behind that system for Sunday night into Monday, we are expecting a cool down. And here's a look at the high temperatures for Monday. You can see they've been knocked down 5 to 10 degrees or so compared to what we're expecting for today through the weekend. And the low temperatures knocked down even more with widespread single digits, even some below zero readings here as we get into Tuesday morning, with temperatures in the teens for the eastern Magic Valley, and we expect these temperatures to linger through midweek. And I wanted to show you the forecast radar as well before I leave you today. Starting you here Friday morning, you can see areas in blue is where snow is expected. The darker the blue, the heavier the snow that's forecast. This particular model is bringing some snow into Idaho Falls and even Pocatello along the interstate corridor. And there is some potential for that. I just think amounts would be rather light late Friday morning into the early afternoon. So skipping ahead here, let's see how this is forecast to evolve as we go through the day. It looks like late afternoon and early evening is when snow is expected to be heaviest with this system. But again, generally expecting 1 to 3 inches in these areas in blue that you see here for Friday. And as we go through Friday evening, that winds down fairly quickly. We could see some very light snow showers linger around Island Park into Saturday morning, which isn't depicted here, but additional amounts should be very light. We're going to fast forward here now to Sunday evening into Sunday night, where we can see more snow move on down from the north And by Monday morning, that's when the snowfall with this system is expected to be heaviest. And we could see, as I mentioned earlier, snowfall a bit farther west with this one. And again, in terms of amounts, still looking at a general 1 to 3 inches, maybe just a touch more than that with this system. With the heaviest amounts, again, say around Pine Creek Pass and Island Park. And you can see as we go through Monday morning, that does wind down fairly quickly. Well, that'll conclude today's briefings. Again, if you have any additional comments, questions, or feedback, you can reach us at the phone number or email address you see here. Thank you.